Large language models, or LLMs, are a type of advanced artificial intelligence. They are trained on massive data sets of text. These models can understand and generate human-like language. You've probably interacted with them without even knowing it. They power chatbots, virtual assistants, and more. LLMs have changed how we use technology. They make it easier for machines to understand human language. This helps in many areas like customer service, content creation, and education. The more data they are trained on, the better they get at understanding context and nuances in language. These models are not just a passing trend, they are a significant step forward in AI development. By learning from vast amounts of text, they can perform tasks that were once thought impossible for machines. They can write essays, answer questions, and even create poetry. Understanding how LLMs work can help us appreciate their value. It can also help us use them better in our daily lives. In this essay, we will explore the technology behind LLMs, their training process, and their practical applications. The technology behind LLMs is both fascinating and complex. At their core, these models use neural networks. Neural networks are inspired by the human brain. They consist of layers of interconnected nodes or neurons that process data. These networks learn by adjusting the connections between nodes based on the data they receive. One of the key innovations in LLMs is the transformer architecture. Transformers can handle large amounts of data efficiently. They use attention mechanisms to focus on different parts of the input data. This allows them to understand context better than previous models. Transformers can process words in relation to all other words in a sentence simultaneously. This ability to understand context is crucial for LLMs. It helps them know the meaning of words based on their surroundings. For example, the word bank can mean a financial institution or the side of a river. Transformers help the model figure out which meaning is correct based on the sentence. LLMs use these technologies to learn patterns in text data. By processing millions of sentences, they learn grammar, vocabulary, and even some world knowledge. This learning process allows them to generate text that sounds natural and coherent. Training an LLM is an intensive process. It all starts with data collection. Huge data sets of text are gathered from books, websites, and articles. This data is then cleaned and pre-processed. Pre-processing involves removing errors and standardizing the text format. This ensures that the data is ready for the model to learn from. Next comes the pattern learning phase. The model is fed the text data and starts analyzing it. It looks for patterns in how words are used and how sentences are structured. During this phase, the model adjusts the connections between its neurons. This helps it improve its understanding of language over time. Once the model has learned these patterns, it moves on to word prediction. Here, the model is given a piece of text and asked to predict the next word. This helps it fine-tune its language generation skills. If the model predicts the wrong word, it receives feedback. This feedback helps it adjust its predictions in the future. The final step is feedback adjustment. The model's predictions are continuously refined based on feedback. This process is repeated many times. Each iteration helps the model become more accurate and reliable. By the end of the training, the model can generate text that is very close to human language. Section 4. Generating text. One of the most impressive abilities of LLMs is generating text. But how does this work? It starts with the model's understanding of language patterns. When given a prompt, the model uses these patterns to predict the next word. It does this by considering the context provided by the previous words. For example, if you start with "the cat sat on the model will likely predict mat as the next word. This is because it has seen similar phrases during its training. The model doesn't just stop at one word, it continues predicting the next word, forming sentences and paragraphs. This process can create coherent and contextually appropriate text. The quality of the generated text depends on the model's training. Better training data and more iterations usually result in higher quality text. LLMs can produce anything from simple sentences to complex articles. They can even mimic the writing style of different authors. However, it's important to note that LLMs don't understand text the way humans do. They recognize patterns and make predictions based on those patterns. They don't have knowledge or opinions. Their understanding is purely statistical. This is why they can sometimes produce text that seems logical but isn't factually accurate. Section 5. Practical applications. LLMs are incredibly versatile. They have a wide range of practical applications. One of the most common uses is in chatbots. These chatbots can engage in natural conversations with users. They can answer questions, provide customer support, and even make small talk. This makes them valuable in industries like retail and customer service. Content generation is another popular application. LLMs can write articles, create social media posts, and even generate poetry. This is useful for businesses that need a lot of content quickly. It can also help writers by providing inspiration or drafting initial versions of their work. Language translation is another area where LLMs excel. They can translate text from one language to another with high accuracy. This is particularly useful in global communications and for people learning new languages. LLMs can also assist in code generation. They can help programmers by suggesting code snippets or even writing entire functions. Other applications include summarization and personalized recommendations. LLMs can read long documents and provide concise summaries. They can also analyze user behavior to recommend products, articles, or videos. Sentiment analysis and question answering are additional areas where LLMs are making an impact. They can understand the sentiment behind text and provide relevant answers to questions. Section 6. Future predictions. The future of LLMs looks promising. We can expect greater personalization. Models will become better at understanding individual user preferences. This will make interactions more tailored and effective. Improved accuracy is another likely advancement. As training techniques improve, LLMs will make fewer errors and produce more reliable results. Enhanced context understanding is also on the horizon. Future models will better grasp the nuances of language. This will make them more useful in complex tasks. Ethical improvements are equally important. Developers are working on making LLMs more fair and unbiased. This will ensure that they provide equitable and accurate information. We might also see autonomous AI agents. These agents will be able to perform tasks with minimal human intervention. They could manage schedules, make reservations, and handle other routine tasks. Multimodal capabilities are another exciting development. Future models will be able to understand and generate not just text, but also images, audio, and video. Finally, we can expect reduced resource requirements. Training LLMs is currently very resource-intensive. Future advancements will make this process more efficient. This will make it easier to develop and deploy these models on a larger scale. Section 7. Conclusion. Large language models are transforming the world of AI. They can understand and generate human-like text. This ability makes them valuable in many areas, from customer service to content creation. The technology behind them is complex but fascinating. Neural networks and transformers allow them to learn and predict language patterns effectively. The training process is intensive but worth it. It involves data collection, pattern learning, word prediction, and feedback adjustment. Once trained, LLMs can generate high-quality text. They have numerous practical applications, including chatbots, translation, and personalized recommendations. The future of LLMs is bright. We can expect greater personalization, improved accuracy, and enhanced context understanding. Ethical improvements and reduced resource requirements are also on the horizon. As these models continue to evolve, they will become even more integrated into our daily lives. If you have any questions about LLMs, please leave them in the comments. Your questions can help guide future content and discussions.